Hello there, my name is Richard McMahon and welcome to 10 ways to double your book sales in 10 days. Well, actually, there's going to be 20 different ways to double your book sales. The reason why I've increased it is because I was thinking about the different ways that I've been using over the last few years to literally double my book sales, and I've come up with a few additional extra ones which you're really going to find to be of great use during your book marketing strategy. So the great thing is there's 20 different ways. What I want you to do is to get a pen and some paper and take a note of the important hints and tips that I'm going to provide you with throughout the duration of this presentation. Now, it does not matter whether you are writing and publishing a fiction book or a non-fiction. It does not matter. All of these different areas can be used to promote your book. Some will work better for non-fiction, some will work better for fiction books, but my advice, if you were to say to me, look Richard, which ones should I use, I would say try all of them. Okay, and all you have to do is just learn the art of mastering each and every one of them, and you can use it for your current book or use it for every single book that you do in the future. Now, once you've watched this presentation, and it is in depth, there's a lot of content to cover, but once you've finished, if you want to get access to an additional 32 hours worth of book writing and publishing training videos, then please, at the end of the presentation, go along to bookpublishingacademy.co.uk, where, as I say, you can get an additional 32 hours worth of different training videos. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, even though there's 20 different ways, I have not put them in order of priority, because you might find that the 20th that I speak about is best for you. So don't just think that the first one is the one that you must do to double, to get the most traffic to your book and increase your sales. Many of them will work for you depending on your circumstances. So just pick the ones which you think are going to work best for you. So the first one, let's get straight into it, LinkedIn. Now, it doesn't matter whether you are writing fiction or non-fiction. Now, even though LinkedIn is predominantly for professionals and people who are looking for business opportunities or looking for different career opportunities, it is still a great place to promote your book for free. Now, what I've been doing is I've been trialing a number of different things on LinkedIn over the last 6 months or so, and I found that LinkedIn posts, I'm talking about free posts on LinkedIn, are great for promoting books. But there is a knack to doing it. Yes, you've got to create highly engaging content that people want to read, but you've also got to use the article to promote your book in a subtle manner. Okay, so what we have to do is to create an article that people are going to read, but it also has to tie in a certain way with regards to our book, because we want to promote the book at the end of the article. Now, I'm not talking about just posting something on LinkedIn that says, hi, my book is out, you can get a copy today. Yes, that's great, so you should be doing that, but you don't want to do that every day because you'll just lose followers on LinkedIn. But we want to do a really good engaging post that people are going to read and they're going to engage with you as the author. Let me give you an example. So this is what I mean by way of a post. You're actually writing content and you're posting it on LinkedIn, and the aim is to engage with people. Okay, so you can see there that I came up with a title, and it was aimed at LinkedIn users in mind. So think about the people who use LinkedIn. Don't worry about your book for a second, but think about people who use LinkedIn. So I did an article and it was called 5 Reasons Why Businesses Fail and How to Prevent It from Happening to You. So it's quite a catchy title, okay, thinking a little bit outside of the box. I've gone for a short number, number 5, a low number, so that means that I've basically bullet pointed the article so it's easier for people to read. And once I posted it, I got about, over 600 views. So you can see there's an eye, that shows us 644 views within 24 hours. So if you think about paying for that kind of traffic, it would cost a lot, but it was free. You can see there that 41 people liked it, and then 6 people were starting to talk about it. Now, what I needed to do was think about how could I promote my book from that article, and I'll show you what I did. So what we'll do is let's just go to the article. There's the article on LinkedIn. So you can see there the views. People can share it with the sharing buttons on the right hand side. Now, here's a tip, write this down. Make sure you choose a catchy title. Make sure you use images to keep people engaged within the article itself. So you can see there that I've put titles on there: reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3, reason number 4, and reason number 5. And then what I've done at the end of the article is I have said, watch my free video on how writing a book can help you to stay successful and profitable in business for many years to come, at the following link. And that link there at the bottom goes through to a video on my website that people can watch, and it's a free video, and then I'll try and sell them something from that page. Now what you can do in that link is you can direct them straight to your Amazon or Amazon sales page where your book is, or to a website, a page on your website which promotes your book. Okay, so make sure you promote yourself at the end of the article. We don't want to be going in straight from the top, get my book from here. We want to create engaging content, and that's really important. So let me give you a few tips for creating posts on LinkedIn. Okay, first of all, headline. Please write this down. The headline must be short, concise, and give professionals a reason to click through. If you look at the most popular headlines of influencer posts, this will give you an idea of some great headlines that you can try to emulate for success. So mine was five reasons why businesses fail and what you can do to stop it from happening to you. And I'm basically saying that if you write and publish a book, it will make you credible, and you can put yourself in a position of authority, and that can really help your business to last for a long time. Now you might say to me, well, if I'm writing a book on a different kind of subject, nothing to do with LinkedIn, how can I promote it? You just need to think outside of the box. And what you can do is, if you have purchased this video, then you will get 30 days free support from me. You can always contact me and say, look, I've got this book, how am I going to create a post on LinkedIn? And I'll give you an idea of what you can do for that particular book, and create a post on it, okay, just to get you going and to think outside of the box. Frequency, don't post more than once a week. So I'm posting usually once or twice a week at the moment. And what I'm also doing, which is great, I'm taking content from some of my books that I have authored, and I'm putting them onto LinkedIn. Now people on LinkedIn don't have much time to sit there reading masses of content, which is great news for you. Now that basically means that you just need to create something like a 300 or 400 word article, and then promote yourself at the bottom of the article to draw people to your sales page for your book. Keep it short. Think about the people who are on LinkedIn. They don't have much time, therefore keep your posts short and concise, and also use bullet points and images. Make sure you promote your book at the end of the post. Do not miss the chance to promote it, okay? Because what's the point in putting it up there? Yeah, you can put it up there so that you get people who are following you and engaging with you, but we want to be able to promote something. And all I do at the end of some of my articles is something like this. Richard McMahon is a UK award-winning best-selling author of over 150 books. Get your copy of Richard's best-selling book on Amazon here. And where it says here, I will embed a link to my Amazon sales page. Now what you can do, is a really good tip for LinkedIn posts, is to actually ask a question. LinkedIn really likes posts where people engage with the post itself. And if more and more people are engaging, then they will do more to promote it. Because basically LinkedIn thinks that if lots of people are engaging with the post must be good content. And you can ask people at the end of the post, I'd be interested to hear your views on the points raised in my article or my post. Have you ever had any experience of X, Y, and Z? And ask a question. You'll start to get people to engage, okay, to engage with you, and you can keep a track on it, see how your posts are doing. So LinkedIn is a great way to get started. It's free. You don't have to join their premier service, so you can just start off with your free account. And also, whilst on LinkedIn, make sure within your profile section where it says publications, you put the fact that you have authored your book, and also put on there a front cover image of your book. Okay, so the second way, so that's one, we've got 19 more to go through. So the next one is with regards to Facebook. Okay, so we're going to talk about Facebook now. And obviously no presentation on how to double your book sales in 10 days would be fit without talking about Facebook. Now I'm not talking about just posting on your newsfeed the fact that you've got your book available, please get a copy. Yeah, that's great, but what we want to do is explore the different options that are available to us on Facebook, and there are a number. So basically Facebook, whether you love it or hate it, it is a great place to promote your book or your books. Here are the different ways you can promote your book using the power of Facebook. First of all, create an author page. Okay, so what we want to have is a dedicated author page. Second one is look at different options for boosting a post, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Basically, you post something on Facebook which is about your book, and then you boost that post. You can also create an advert, which is basically clicks to your own author website, or clicks to your Amazon sales page, or you can even run a promotion just to get likes on your page. You can also create an offer, and this is great. You can give a free giveaway in exchange for likes on your page, because the more people who like your page, the more you are able to engage. Now obviously the three different elements here, create an author page is free of charge. These three here, 2, 3 and 4, will cost a little bit of money, but what you can do is with Facebook ads, you can set a budget. You can say to yourself, okay, I'm going to spend $5 a day, I'm going to do it for a week, and I'm going to test it, and I'm going to see what return on my investment I get. And I do that all the time. I'm testing different ways to see what works and what doesn't work. So first of all, we want to create for you an author page. So if you go to facebook.com/pages/create, you're able to create an author page. Now when you go to that, if you write that down, you will get this come up. Okay, you'll get this image. There are 6 different boxes, and you need to click as an author the one in the bottom left hand corner which says artist, band or public figure. If you select that box and choose author, you will be able to create your author's page. Now make sure you add photographs of yourself, your book, and also a header image. Now your book, it needs to be the front cover. Also add some links to it where people can buy the book, but also, like I say, had a header image, and you can get those done on places like Fiverr.com, so that's Fiverr.com, or you can get them done on Photor.com, which is Fotor.com, or you can outsource it on places like Odesk.com or Elance.com, or you can just make the header up yourself. Okay, now if you are going to use Facebook as an author page, make sure that you use it on a regular basis. Don't just let your author page stagnate. So you need to be promoting. I'd suggest, say maybe once or twice a week, or maybe more than that. If you can do it every day, then brilliant. You want to engage with your fans and also with your readers. Now be sure to add a link to your book on Amazon on your Facebook page in the About Us section. So on your Facebook page in the About Us section, make sure you put a link direct through to Amazon where people can buy or download the book straight away. Now a great way to engage with your readers or your fans on Facebook is to ask them questions. Ask them, I'm looking at writing another book, what would you like from me? So you're building up some engagement with your readers and your fans, which is really important. Now, boosting a post, I really like this because it enables me to test something, to give something away for free. I can put a post up on Facebook, and then I can basically boost it. And boosting a post is you have to pay for it, but you're basically putting your post out there to targeted individuals, and provided you get the demographics right and your target audience right based on what people like, then you can get some really cheap clicks. So basically, boosting a post on your Facebook page. So what you need to do is to go to any post that you've recently created. So let's say you've created one today. You click boost post at the bottom of your post. Choose your audience and the budget based on how many people you want to reach and how long you'd like to boost your boost to run, and then click boost post. Now basically, I would recommend that you boost the post for say just 24 hours. Just try it for a day and see what return on your investment you get. So let me give you an example of boosting a post. Now you can see there, this is my author page. So I've done a post today. I've got a book publishing course coming up very soon. So I want to be able to promote it. So my one-day book writing and publishing courses are featured in Writing Magazine. I'll talk about this magazine where I managed to get an advert, because you might want to do some promotions for your book in a magazine. I'll talk about that towards the end. Now the next course is running on Sunday the 30th of November. Reserve your place here. Now you'll see there that I can boost the post. So if I click boost post, I am able to reach more people, not just the people who have liked my page. And I can do that based on people's interests, so what they have selected that they want to know. So you can see there, when I click boost post, this is what will come up. Now you've got two different feeds. You've got desktop news feed and also mobile news feed. This is what it will look like on the desktop news feed. So it says they're sponsored because I am basically paying for this. So I'm going to pay for it. So when you click boost post, this will come up. You can change the image if you want to. Okay, so I might want to change the image, or I'm basically saying to give myself a bit of kudos. You know, I'm in Writing Magazine this month and I'm running some book publishing courses. Now you can create your audience. And you can use these audiences time and time again. So you'll notice there that I've chose men and women between the age of 20 to 65. Now the reason why I haven't gone below the age of 20 is because I'm trying to get people to spend money with me. And I'm sort of thinking that anyone below 20 might not have much money. Are they really going to spend up to £100 on coming on a one-day course with me? No, they're probably not. So think about your age and then look at interests and put in as many as you can. So you can choose different interests based on what people like on Facebook. And Facebook, when you choose your audience, will give you the option to type in and look for different people based on their likes. So I've chosen for this particular area book selling, publishing, book writing, writing books, writing blogs, self-publishing ebooks, etc. You can see the whole list there of people that I'm trying to target. And I'm choosing them in the United Kingdom. So I can choose a budget there and I can put a maximum budget of say $200. You don't have to spend that amount. That's how much I'm willing to spend. And I basically know that I need to get at least 2 people on that course to break even. Okay, does that make sense? Make sure you think about how much you're prepared to spend. If you're just promoting your book, then you might only want to spend $5 before you get one sale. Okay, so you might think if you're promoting your book on your own website, then I'm prepared to spend $5 to sell one book. And that will tell me my estimated reach. And then if I scroll down, I can choose the length of time that I want to promote it for. And like I say, just choose one day, 24 hours to get started and see whether you get a return on your investment. And then just click boost post and you'll be able to, that post will then go out in front of all of these different people who have expressed their interests. Now when you choose your target audience, think outside the box. And the target audience, if I just quickly go back, are all these people with interests. So book selling for me, how to write screenplays, writing books, reading writing books and reading writing stories. So that's my target audience. Try and think outside the box. So for example, if your book was about investing in property, target people who show an interest in something like related television programs such as Homes Under the Hammer. You know, if your book is about starting a business, target people who show an interest in best-selling related authors or books such as Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or even Tony Robbins. So think outside of the box. Now I know that your book might not fall into those categories. It might be fiction, it might be a novel, but just look at the different interests that you can select. But like I say, think outside of the box. Don't just go directly for the related term that you think people will look for, which is investing in property. Yes, you do want to go for that one, but you also want to think outside of the box because that will give you a wider scope. So by thinking outside the box, you will increase the quality of engagement with your posts. Now I mentioned earlier about Facebook that you can create an offer. Okay, so when you advertise on Facebook and you click create an advert, you will get a number of different options. You can see them here. You've got clicks to a website, website conversions, post engagement, page likes, app installments, app engagement, event responses, video views, and also offer claims. So what you can do is create an offer for people. Okay, and that might be that you can get a free chapter of my book. You can get my book based on a percentage discount. So what you do is you'll click offer claims. You choose the your page that you want to promote from. So mine is Richard McMahon, which is my offer page, and I've put there take 25% off your total purchase. So you can dictate how much you want people to get off. So I'm going to give people 25% off. I can set an expiry date. I can change that button. It says get offer. I'll put the description in the top there, take 25% off your total purchase. I've chosen an image. Now the thing is with the image is the image to get past Facebook advertising guidelines, the text on the image should not be any more than 20%. If it is, it will get rejected and you have to, you know, try and submit it again. I'll put an expiry date so you can just test it for say a few days, 24 hours. Claims limit. Now you can have a limit on how many people you want to claim it, and you can say for the first 10 people you can get 25% of my book. Now more options, you can have a start date, or you can start it later on in the distance. Let's say you're going away on holiday, then you can start it further on down the line. You can limit the audience to different countries, different languages, or you can just have it any way you want to, and you will know which of those different areas is relevant to your book. Now what you need to do is enter your website page where the offer can be redeemed. So what you'd have to do is put a website on there where you are, or a specific page on your website where people can get a 25% discount. You can put any terms and conditions in there, and then just click create the offer, and that will put that offer out there. Now obviously you have to post this, okay, so you want to set your budget for advertising, but the great thing about this is that you can select it to run for a certain amount of time. Remember what I said earlier about testing different methods for promoting. So that's with regards to Facebook. Now Twitter is another free place that you are able to promote your book. So basically, you know, tell the world about your book. Many authors use Twitter for book promotion. It's obviously a very easy and cost-effective way to raise awareness about your work, but be careful. Okay, if you constantly promote your book on Twitter by tweeting nothing else apart from your book, people will soon get fed up with it. Now you can tweet about your book, say my book's now available, and you can pin that tweet at the top of your posts. Okay, so you can tweet it to your profile so that everybody coming into your profile will see that first of all. Okay, so that's something that you should do for a certain amount of time. Now what you should also do is use hashtags. If you're on Twitter long enough, you'll notice tweets that are marked with the hashtag symbol. Now basically it's called a hashtag, and they work like this. If you have a writing tip, for example, you can mark it with the hashtag write tip hashtag, and anyone looking for tips will see your tweet, and this is a great way to get new followers. So think about the content of your book and then use the hashtag facility to be able to target people based around what they are searching for. Now some other good hashtags for writers are hashtag I'm writing, hashtag book marketing, and it depends on your book's subject matter. So think about the hashtag, where you want to target different people on Twitter, and use them. Okay, interact with other authors. This is a good way. Try searching for tweets by other writers. For example, by searching the hashtag am writing tag, suddenly you will notice that there's a large international community of writers. Join in the conversation and make friends and get to know people. Okay, basically networking. And what you might do is find another author where you can do a joint venture. That author might have a list and they can promote your book for you. Okay, I do loads of this. I do loads of promotion where I'm doing joint ventures with individuals. Now number four is based on free chapters, and this is basically giving away a free chapter of your book. Now I understand as authors we've done a lot of work. Do we really want to give our content away for free? And my advice is yes, we do want to give our content away for free. Not all of it, but we want to entice people. So you might decide to give a free chapter away on Facebook. You know, I've just mentioned about an offer. You could do an offer where people can get a free chapter of your book. Now it's a great way to promote your book. Just give away a free chapter. It doesn't have to be the first chapter. Make sure it's a chapter which has highly engaging content, and it will make people want to come back for more. Okay, so I might do, let's say I'm giving away a chapter of my book which is called How to Write a Book. So it's teaching aspiring authors how to write a book. One chapter I might give away would be the chapter on how to create book ideas. Okay, so that's a good place that people will start. I think that's round about chapter 4 in the book. So I might give that away as a free chapter, and then try and help people to engage with me, come back for more. Now make sure if you do give away a free chapter, at the beginning and the end of that chapter you have your website address or how people can engage with you, because otherwise what's the point? They will read the chapter and then you're not asking them to do anything once they've read it. Well, you want to say to them, it's called a call to action. Say to them, now that you've finished this chapter, you can get the rest of the book at this website address. You might even say, you know, connect with me on LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook, and that's a fan who's coming to connect with you, and you can keep them updated about any other books that you are writing and when you're going to promote them. So with free chapters, think about a Facebook offer. I've already taught you how to do that. It could be from a page on your website. Now, offer the free chapter as a PDF document in exchange for the reader's name and their email address. Okay, now a great way to obviously do it is through Facebook, because you don't have to capture their details. But this is what I do. I ask them on my website. I have basically a sign up box where people can go to richard-mcmunn.com. They can go to my website and they can get free tips and advice from me in exchange for their name and email address. And then what I will do is I will contact them from time to time with different offers. Don't underestimate the power of having somebody's name and their email address. For one of my businesses, howtobecome.com, which is a career advisory website, I've got a database list in excess of 100,000 people who I can contact. They've expressed an interest in my books, and I can contact them at any time to say I've got another book coming out, or I am running an event, etc. So giving away a free chapter is a really cool way to promote your entire book. But make sure you add a URL, which is a website address, within your free chapter, and a call to action stating where people can actually buy the book from. We have to spoon feed people. As individuals, we want to be told what to do. So you can say at the beginning and at the end of the free chapter is, to get the rest of the book, you can buy it on Amazon, and tell them, you know, how they can find it. So for example, did you enjoy the free chapter? Click here to get the rest of the book, and what you can do is embed that within a PDF document. It goes through to my Amazon sales page. So you can see there the link. It comes up www.amazon.co.uk/write book, publish, keep profits, etc. So that's the link that I want to send people to get the rest of the book, or search for ISBN. So I'll put the ISBN number on Amazon if people want to do that. So I'm basically telling people what to do. If you don't put anything within there, a call to action, then how are people going to buy it? Now, what you can do is get a shortened URL for your book. Now, this is on Amazon. So if you go on your Amazon sales page, you can see my book there, How to Write a Book, Get It Published and Keep All the Profits. You can see there the share buttons on the right-hand side. And you can see there email. If you click that email link, this box will come up, which is share this item via email. And you can get the link there where it says link. And you copy that, and you can use that in any promotion material. Now, even if Amazon changes the lengthy URL for your book, that shortened URL will always direct to your book sales page. Okay, or you can just share it by typing in there, putting the email address in there and click send email, but that's the link that you want to be able to use. So that's the first 4 different elements. We're going to start getting into some different kind of areas now. Again, the vast majority of these are free for you to use. And the 5th one is YouTube. Now, I've been using YouTube to great effect over the last few years, and I encourage authors all the time to do it. Not many authors take me up on this suggestion that they should get on YouTube, because it is a great way to engage with your readers and to get new fans. And the beauty of it is free. So I'll give you an example. I authored a book called Mechanical Comprehension Test. So there's the book there. And I want to promote that book. So all I do is I create an informative and educational 10-minute video for YouTube, which is based on the subject matter. So think about your book now. Think about the different chapters. You could do a video on the first chapter, or a highly engaging chapter. Now, you can use screen capture software, which is what I'm using now to teach you today. Okay, it's just basically called Camtasia TechSmith. Screen capture software. If you're using a Mac, then you can use QuickTime Player, and you can record the screen for free. So what you do is create a PowerPoint presentation, and then you talk over the top of it. So I'm actually sat in my office right now. I've got a headset on with a microphone, and I'm teaching to you. This is what you can do to promote your book. And if you've got 10 chapters, you could do 10 videos based on each individual chapter, and it doesn't take long to do. Now, what I do is I make sure that I call the video what people are searching for on Google. Okay, because Google owns YouTube, and therefore if I can get the video to rank on YouTube, I can also get it to rank on Google too. So you'll see that I've called it Mechanical Comprehension Test Questions and Answers. That video will rank #1. Okay, so it ranks #1 for that relevant search term. Now you can see there the beauty of YouTube is that you can add a link and a description in the text, the descriptive text for that video. So I've got a call to action there. Remember the call to action, download Richard's book here. So people can watch the video and they can click on that, and that will take them through to a page on my website where they can buy the book. Now what you can do is you can put in there your Amazon link. Remember in the previous tip I showed you to where to get that shortened URL for Amazon. You can use that and you can direct people to that page. Now providing that your content is engaging and people will like it, then people will buy your book. Now believe it or not, that video on YouTube generates £18,000 a year. So I'm basically selling approximately on average 5 of those every day. Okay, so 5 people will buy that every day. It gives me £50 and that's £18,000 a year for a 10-minute video. Can you see now why it's important to, as an author, to get yourself a presence on YouTube? Now, how to rank your videos on Google, because we want them to rank on Google. You need to optimize your video. With the title for your video, make sure you create a title that is based on what people are searching for. You can use the Google Keyword Planner tool for that. Description, create an accurate description for your video, and tags, add tags which tell YouTube what your video is and who it is for. You can do that within your YouTube account area. Now of course, if you're doing a novel or a fiction book, then you might want to promote your book by filming yourself, doing a short video by you telling your readers what the book is about. You could even do videos based on the individual characters. You could even do a video on the plot line, okay, on what the story is about. So, you know, there's no excuse for all of us as authors, regardless of the genre that we are using. We can start to get a lot of traffic to our sales page on our book, and it is free. That is the best thing. Here's another great way to start getting some traffic for your book. Now I'll give you an example. I've got a book on how to become a train driver. Okay, now of course that's got nothing to do with you. Your book will be based on something entirely different. Now what I do is I go around YouTube and I look for videos which are related to my book's subject matter. Now this video, I don't own it, and it's called Trains at Speed UK. Now if you look at that number there, that video has had 1,799,673 views. That means that a lot of people have watched that video. Now what I could do, if you look here in the description, this person has not put any kind of link within their descriptive text. Now what I can do is contact the owners of these videos, and I can ask them to put their link, my link to my sales page, within that descriptive text. And I could basically set them up as an affiliate where they get 50% of every sale that I generate to my website. Now there is affiliate tracking software that you can use. Again, if you get 30 days free support from me. If you're not aware of affiliate software, then I can tell you which ones to use. Just get in touch with me and I'll tell you which software you can use to promote people. So you might say to yourself, I'm going to spend a day going round on YouTube, seeing if there are any relevant videos to my book subject matter, and where somebody has got a description below there but they've not put a link in, I can build up a joint venture with them. And let's say you send a message to 20 people, okay, but you only get one response, and you end up doing a joint venture with them. That is worth it. And you can see now how it is possible to double your sales within 10 days using all of these different methods. Now here's another one, is writing a press release for something like PR Web, or writing a press release for local journalists. So you contact them, you've got your book coming out. Local newspapers love a good story. So create a press release for your book. Now below this video I've created a template which you can download and use. All you have to do is to fill in the gaps. Promote it on a free press release website such as PR Web, or create a press pack for your website or your blog. You can also do it on your Facebook page. So you're going to have your own authors page on Facebook, then you can create a press pack. Make it easy for people, journalists, etc., to be able to download the information. Make sure you've got images in there and the correct type of text that they can copy, and also give your contact details. And what I recommend you do, and you do this at book release obviously, is you get in touch with all of the local newspapers, send them a free copy of your book and say that you are available to do an interview or a press release about your book. That is a quick, easy fix for generating exposure for your book. Now, Amazon reviews. Now, most authors are aware of these, but some are not. A great way to increase the sales for your book is to get Amazon verified purchases. Now basically a few years ago Amazon introduced the AVP, the Amazon verified purchase. Now anybody can go on Amazon and they can leave a review for any product or service, but when you get somebody to leave a review for your book where they have actually purchased the book on Amazon, it's called a verified purchase. So this is an example of one of my books, and all of these people have actually bought the book on Amazon and then reviewed it. For people who do not buy the book on Amazon but they still get a copy from somewhere else, say your website, they can still go and review the book on Amazon, but it won't come up with a verified purchase. Now the beauty of these verified purchases, the more you get, the more Amazon likes it, because it proves to people that this is a genuine review. Now what you don't want to do is to go out and get dishonest reviews. We want people that you don't know to buy your book and then review it. Okay, now the more of these you have, the higher up the rankings your book will go. So when a product review is marked Amazon verified purchase, it means that the customer who wrote the review actually purchased it on Amazon. And the way to get these is obviously to create really good content. And if people like it, they will certainly go on and review the book. But this is a great way to increase your book sales. Number 8, which is pay-per-click advertising. Now this is on Google, and it's basically where you pay every time somebody clicks through on an advert. Now we have to think carefully about our book, and the fact that our book may only sell for £10 or £15, and we have to give Amazon a cut of that. If we just sell on our website, great, we can keep all the money ourselves. But what we can do now is advertise using long tail keywords. The longer the keyword, the cheaper it should be, so the more cost effective it is for advertising on Google. And basically long tail keywords are longer and more specific keyword phrases that visitors are more likely to use when they're closer to a point of purchase. So I have got a book on becoming a firefighter. I would never do Google pay-per-click advertising on the search term firefighter, because people who search for firefighter, it could be anybody. It could be just somebody looking for pictures of firefighters. I would look for long tail keywords, and an example of that might be how to become a firefighter. That's a long tail keyword, and somebody searching for that is far more likely to open their wallet and make a purchase, as opposed to somebody who searches for firefighter. So the first step when using Google pay-per-click advertising is draw up a list of potential long tail keywords. Don't go for short ones. These will be words which you believe people will use when searching for your book. The longer and more niche the keyword, the cheaper the cost per click. So to give you an example, obviously I've got for sale on Amazon a book which is entitled How to Write a Book, Get It Published and Keep All the Profits. These are a few examples of long tail keywords that I would advertise on. How to write a book and get it published. How do I write a book? Get my book published. Books on how to write and publish books. So out of all of those, which do you think people are more likely to spend money? It would be this one. Books on how to write and publish books. It's because that means that person is looking for books. They are looking to buy a book on how to write and publish a book. And that is relevant to what I am selling. Okay, now Google pay-per-click is brilliant, but make sure you only bid on long tail keywords where there is a higher chance of you converting to a sale. So to get started on Google AdWords, go to www.google.co.uk/AdWords. Now, webinars. I use webinars to great effect. And basically, a webinar is an online event that is hosted by an organisation or an individual, me, and broadcast to a select group of individuals through their computers via the internet. Now, this could be an example of a webinar. Now, a webinar is usually live. Okay, this presentation I've pre-recorded, but I can do webinars which are live, where you're sat there and you're listening to me speak and watching the screen. These are brilliant for converting and for generally creating larger sales. Now, I use webinars not necessarily to promote my book, but I might use it to promote something within my book, which is either an upsell opportunity, it might be a course, a one-to-one coaching program. Let's say I have an upsell within my book where I'm promoting a product or a course which is worth £1,000. I do a webinar and it takes me an hour to run that webinar, and at the end of it I promote my one-to-one coaching and I sell one place at £1,000. That is worth doing the webinar. Definitely worth. Can you imagine if you did one of those a week? That would be £52,000 for the year just by working for 1 hour a week. Now webinars are great because they build trust with you and your readers and your fans. So for getting the most from a webinar, you only need a few people to attend in order to make it worth your while. A webinar is a great way to build a following as well as generate some sales. Let's say you've got 3,000 followers on your Twitter account, you've got 1,000 page likes on Facebook. You've got a combined 4,000 people there that you can promote your webinar to. All you have to do is to run a post on your Facebook page and say, I've got a webinar which is coming up this evening and I'm going to teach you a certain element of my book. Or if you're doing a fiction book or a novel, you can say, tonight I'm doing a webinar on one of the characters, and at the end of it you can sell your book. Now there are a couple of different tools that you can use to create these webinars. You can either use Google Hangouts to carry out your webinar, which is free, or you can use gotowebinar.co.uk. I use gotowebinar.co.uk. Now I would say for your book, I would use Google Hangouts. If you're just going to sell a book with no upselling there, use the Hangouts because it is free. If you are going to promote a big upsell, either a course which is worth £100, or you're going to promote something else, one-to-one coaching, training, tuition, etc., use GoToWebinar because it is a lot better for upselling, but it is rather expensive. Okay, so I use GoToWebinar, but it's a really good resource or tool. Yeah, Google Hangouts is great, but the beauty of it is free. And what we want you to do is to use as many different resources as possible that don't cost you a penny. Number 3, promote the webinar 3 to 4 days in advance. And I've used this typically to get people to come to my webinar. If I do it any further away, people generally forget about it. Now the great thing about GoToWebinar is that once somebody signs up to be on your webinar, GoToWebinar will promote it to them a day before and an hour before the event. So remind them and say, look, there's this webinar running in an hour's time, make sure that you log on. So I usually do it no more than 3 to 4 days in advance. If I do it 7 days, I might get a few hundred people on it, but only a small percentage will turn up because they'll have changed plans or something like that. Now, whilst on the attendance rate, let's say you get 100 people sign up to the webinar, only expect about 33 to 50% actually turn up on the evening. Don't get disheartened. This is just the way that it is. However, after the webinar is finished, you can send everyone a copy of the recording, because what GoToWebinar will do is it will record the webinar for you on your screen, and then you can email people and say, for those who missed it last night, here's a rerun of the webinar. It's a great way to upsell within your book. Okay, and they are also great for promoting high-end products or services such as one-to-one coaching and tuition. Spend 30 to 60 minutes delivering quality content and then upsell at the end of the webinar. When I say upsell, I mean offer people a different level of service. Okay, so at the beginning of this presentation, I was doing a little bit of upselling. I was saying to you on the first screen, look, if you want to accelerate your learning, at the end of the video, you can get 32 hours worth of training by going to bookpublishingacademy.co.uk. That's a form of upselling. Okay, so you've bought this product from me, and then what I want you to do is to get more coaching and tuition. That's an element of upsell. So think about how you can upsell within your book. So spend 30 to 60 minutes delivering quality content and then upsell at the end. So to get these tools, the free one, go to https and there you go, //www.google.com/hangouts or go to webinar.co.uk. That's for the paid one. But just go and have a look at them, check them out. Try the Google Hangouts first of all, and then you can invite a few people to join it and do a little test run. Get a couple of friends to join it and try it. Some people say to me, yeah, but I don't like presenting. And I say to them, well, have a go. Just get used to it. Just do a quick 5-minute presentation to your partner or a friend or relative. Get them on another computer. Learn the software. That's what I did. I didn't like presenting when I started out, but once you use it a few times, you will get used to it. Affiliates. Now, just a quick one on these. I've got over 500 affiliates. Affiliates are people who promote my books for me in exchange for a commission. and generally I will give my affiliates up to 45% for every sale that they get for me. And basically I go around the internet and I look for people who have websites which are related to the subject content of my book. For example, I have got a book on how to become cabin crew, so I will look around the internet for cabin crew related websites. I will then contact the webmaster and I'll say to him or her, I have got a book, will you promote it on your website for me for free, and every sale that you get I will give you 45% share of the profits. That is a great way of getting free traffic for your book, but you have to have affiliate software. And I mentioned it earlier on, if you want to use affiliate software, drop me an email and I'll send you the example of the one that I use. Okay, so affiliates are a great way to draw traffic for your book. So we're halfway through now. We've covered 10 different elements, and as I said, there's a further 10 different ones which I'll talk about now. Meet the author websites. Now there's not many of these out there, but have a look online for Meet the Author websites where people can find you as an author, they can learn about you. Here's an example of Meet the Author website that I'm on. So I got in touch with these, I created a short video where I'm promoting my books on there, but also you can get a backlink to your website. Okay, so it says their related website, people click through to that, and also people can buy it on at Waterstones or directly on Amazon. Okay, so that's me, Richard McMahon from How to Become, and that's my my video on the Meet the Author website. Okay, so contact them, see if you can get yourself on there, and that builds up a backlink to your website or on Amazon, and it also, you know, tells people who you are. So when people start searching for you and you do additional books, people will know who you are. Now this is a great one. It doesn't take long to do. Your school website. Now what we're on about is drawing traffic to your website or your book and also gaining exposure. Now I contacted my school website and I said, look, I'm an author, please will you put me on your website? And they came back and said, yeah, great. Now it only takes you 5 minutes, or you can write to the school and send them a copy of your book. Why is this good for the school? It's good for the school because they like to show people that they are achieving. Okay, so there's me on my Balshaw's High School, Richard McMahon, author and entrepreneur, and they've done a description of me, and you can get them to provide a link back to your book. The school website link to your book on your website or on Amazon will be perfect for driving sales. The reason why is because school websites are recognized by Google as high trust, high authority. You can see there, look, they've put there, this is an outstanding school, that was an Ofsted report. So what they want to do is basically show off and say, look, our students are intelligent, they've done well, and I'm sure your school will put you on there about your book. So that's a great way of driving traffic for your sales, but also giving you exposure as an author. Now here's another good one. You've got your book coming out. Community radio stations, universities or hospitals. Now in all of our areas close to us, we have got hospitals or different community radio stations. There is nothing to stop you from writing into the community radio station and telling them, I've published a book and I would love to come in and talk about it for 20 minutes about my book. It will give you exposure and it will also get you out there talking. Now you can find a list of all the UK community radio stations on ofcom.org.uk. Just search in Google for Ofcom community radio stations and it will give you a list of all of them and the area that it's in. So what I would be doing is, I live in Kent, so I'll be looking here. There's one community radio in Ashford, there's one there in Folkestone, Ramsgate. You know, there's loads of different ones in my area that I can contact and I can send them a copy of my book and a covering letter, or I can even email them and say I'd like to come in and talk about my book. Hospitals, they love that kind of story, hospital radio stations. And you could even get your book stocked in the hospital shop, you know, for people to read. So again, a bit of effort, put yourself out there, get yourself some exposure, and it's a great way for you to get practicing and talking to different people and different presentations. Here's a quick one for you. It'll only take 2 minutes, but the amount of authors that contact me and they don't promote their book in their email signature. So what you need to do is to promote your book in your email signature. So say you've got Gmail, you can just put it there right at the end, scroll down to the signature section and enter your new signature text in the box. You can format your text using the buttons directly above the text box. Click Save Changes at the bottom of the page and put a link from your book onto Amazon. And because we are not just authors but we are marketers, what we want to do is learn how to market our book. And don't forget the call to action. get a copy of my best-selling book at the link below. You might only get a few sales a week, but it is worth it. Okay, they all add up together. Number 15, create a separate website for your book and press room stroke resource section. Okay, now you might decide to create a blog or website from which you can promote your book. Now I've got a blog attached directly to my website, and I blog quite a lot on my How to Become website, and it's been great for driving traffic and building up over the last couple of years. WordPress.com is great for blogging. Don't forget to add social sharing buttons on your blog and put them on each blog page. Now you can get this for free by going to use addthis.com for social sharing buttons. So addthis.com. So you just need to put a bit of text code in the back of your blog, and people can then share it. So what you're doing is you're making it easier for people who see your book. You can write a blog post about a section of your book and then post it on your blog and get people to share it. Now what you can do is create a book trailer. This is a great thing to do. Now most people don't know this. This is another extra tip, but make sure you've got an Amazon author page. So on your Amazon account, make sure you go to Amazon Author Central and create an author page. You can link your Twitter account to it, and you can also add a video trailer on your Amazon Author Central page. So just get a quick 1-minute video made about you promoting your book and stick it up there on Amazon, stick it on your website, and it's a great way for you to create a trailer. Now you can get people to do it on Fiverr.com. So if you go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com to get your book trailer created, and people will do it for $5. Or you can just do it yourself. Record yourself on your smartphone where you're sat there at home and have the book, hold it up and talk about the book. Don't do it any longer than a minute. Okay, so just 1 minute. But go to Fiverr.com to get somebody to do it for you. Or you can even do it yourself at videomakerfx.com. Now you'd have to pay for that software, and it's about $67, but you can use it for, you know, for your YouTube channel that you're going to set up. Videomakerfx.com. SlideShare. Now I've been using SlideShare over the last year or so just to get some extra exposure for my book. You can see why I sell so many books, because I'm using so many different methods. So what I will do is I will create a YouTube video, and the slides that I have used to create those videos, I will upload it to SlideShare. Now here's an example. I did a YouTube video, how to publish your book on Amazon Kindle. And you can see there that I've signed up to SlideShare, and it gives me a link to my website. You can have a link if you want to your Amazon page, do some slides on different content element of your book. The beauty of there, you can see it's had over 1,000 views, that slide. It's got a link to my website, but also there are share buttons. 26 people like this, 4 people have shared it on LinkedIn, and 2 on Google+. It all adds up. So let's say you've got 10 different slides on there. Think about the stats that you're going to get per month for sharing it. All extra traffic for your book. So you can find out more about that by going to slideshare.net. Guest posts and blogging. Now this takes a little bit of work, but if you search for me, Richard McMahon, on Google, you'll see that I've done loads of different articles and posts on other people's websites. It's called guest posting. Okay, so I choose a website that is relevant to my book subject, and then I will write a unique article for them, and it has to be a good article. And then what I do at the bottom of that article is I promote myself and my website or my book, and it draws traffic direct to my website. So here's what you need to do. It's called guest post and blogging. Here's a step-by-step process. Step 1, go to elance.com or odes.com and post a job for a web researcher. Okay, so we want to find a web researcher to carry out the following work. Sending out resource emails, and you can get this type of work done for less than $5 an hour, and only look for 5-star rated providers. Okay, that's all we want, is 5-star rated providers. Alright, and that's important, so 5-star rated providers. So step 2, ask the provider to send out emails to all websites in your niche or book subject area offering the following. Now obviously you can do this yourself if you want to, but I choose to outsource it. So we contact websites who have content which is relevant to my book subject matter. This is the kind of email that I'll send out. Dear, whatever their name is, I find out their name, so it's more personal, they're more likely to read it. I am a research assistant for, and I put my business name or my author name, and I'd like to write a high quality unique article of your choice consisting of 500 words for your website in exchange for a link back to our homepage at, and there's our website. If you would be interested, please contact me at, and put your email address in there. Okay, so that's a template that I would use. So contact a number of websites. Let's say your book is on EFT. Okay, so you would find websites which are relevant to it. You would contact them and say you want to do an article of their choice. You do the article for it, and then in exchange you get your article and yourself on a high ranking website. Step 3, you will then receive emails directly from any websites that are interested in your offer. Okay, you'll receive emails directly. So you send out, say you send out 20 emails to websites that you've identified which are relevant to your book. Say 1 or 2 come back to you, yeah, I'm interested in this, I'd like an article. Once you receive emails from interested websites, you then outsource the writing of the article, or you do it yourself. Now remember to stipulate, if you are going to outsource the article, that it takes no longer than 7 days to get it, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to use this opportunity to get the backlink for your book. We want to strike while the iron is hot. So this is an example of what I would write for someone on Odesk or Relance who is going to write the articles for me. So I'm outsourcing the articles. The person whose website it is comes back to me and they say, I would like an article on this subject matter. Why it is vital to switch off from work when on holiday. The reason why they've chosen that is because the article that I am writing on my books are based around careers. Okay, so I've been contacting these career websites. And I put there, hi there, here's the first set of articles needed to be written within 7 days. When you send me the written articles, please include the ID number. So I put an ID number there. And the reason why I put that is so I know which article should go to which website, if that makes sense. So I'm asking them to do 3 articles here. And I give them the website address. The reason why I do that is so that the article writer can look at that website and they can create content around it, because what I want to do is provide a really good article for this website. And I also give the audience level and the number of words. And then what I do, the final stage is once the article is written, you will then send it to the website by email in a Word document with the following content on the end. And obviously you won't put mine here, you'll put your own. Richard McMahon is a UK based author and career writer who has over 20 years experience in this market. Put your website there or link to your Amazon sales page where people can go to get the book. Now you can save a lot of money by writing the articles for them. You know, we are authors, we are capable of doing that. And you only need a few of them to start getting some traffic for your book. Number 19. People who viewed this also viewed, and this is basically for Amazon pre-orders. Okay, and what will happen with books? Most authors will put their book out on pre-order. Okay, and that means that their book might not come out for a number of months. Okay, so basically what I can do is I can search for different books, okay, in a particular area. So what I'm going to do is search for business books. Okay, so we've put business books there, and you can see on the left hand side there that I have got a certain number of books to choose from. So I'm going to go for business economics. So this is basically business economics, and you can see there that I can choose all of these different books. And what I need to do is to find out which books are coming out in the next 30 days. So what you will do is choose your subject. Now I've just chosen anyone there. I might choose career related books. So think about your niche. This is what you need to do. Think about your category for book, because what we want to do is start getting your book appearing on the same page as these books which are coming out soon. So what I would do is then look down the left there for new arrivals. So find out in the category that you want to. Get on that particular page which lists the books, scroll down, and which books are coming out in the next 30 days. And it tells me that there are over 1,000 different books which are coming out over the next few days. Okay, so you've got loads of different books here which are coming out. So they're coming out in a certain amount of time. Now what you will get down here eventually, when this gets closer to a launch date, Amazon will put below here, people who viewed this book also viewed another one. So when you get onto this page of the book which is coming out over the next month or so, you then, after you've been to this page, is go to your books page. Does that make sense? So what I would do now is look for one of my books, Richard McMahon, Entrepreneur. Okay, so I'll then look for my book, and then what you need to do is to click on your book. So then click on your sales page book, and then what will happen on that other page that you've just been to, customers who viewed this item also viewed, and you'll see your book start to come up. Does that make sense? Now you can do that on as many different books as you like, but it has to be a book which is relevant to your individual book subject matter. Okay, so what I could do, I've got career books, so I would choose career books, and then it will show me a different list. You can see all these different ones, which is business, finance and law, career books, and then all I need to do is to scroll down to the new arrivals, next 90 days. It tells me which books are now coming out in the next 90 days, and I can then start picking on all of these books, going straight through to these pages for these books, and then I can scroll down and it will say people who viewed this book also viewed X, Y and Z. Okay, now the reason why there's none showing on here at the moment is because nobody has started looking for these books. So what I would then do is look for my book, Richard McMahon, Firefighter. Okay, and I would then click on my Firefighter book, and then what will happen in a few days time is that my book will then start to appear on the people who viewed this book also viewed this one. And what you're doing with that is you're letting people know who view this book that your book is also available, and I promise you this will drive sales for your book. Okay, so let's say you've got a book which is based on, bear with me a second, let me go back to the Amazon homepage. Let's look for invest in property. So I'm going to look invest in property. Say you've got a book on investing in property. What you would then do is scroll down, and it will tell you that over the next 90 days is 15 books coming, and then you can click on these pages of these books, and then you can start to search for your book. Okay, so look for your book, and it will say people who viewed this also viewed this book too, and then you can just sit there and do that for a couple of hours, and then your book will start to appear on the same page as this one. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. It's a really powerful way. Like I say, as part of this program, you get 30 days free support. So if you're unsure about what this means, then I'll explain in greater detail. But people who viewed this also viewed, and it's only able to do it on pre-order items. So search for your category of book, scroll down the bottom to books which are coming out in the next 90 days, find books which are coming out soon, click on that page. Once you've clicked on their page, search for your book and click on your own books page, and then within a day or two your book will start to appear on the people who viewed this also viewed section of that book's sales page. So then your book is starting to appear on hundreds of different sales pages before they come out. People will look for that book, they'll see yours down below, and they may click on that and then order your book because yours is already available. This process involves researching which books are coming soon on Amazon and then getting your book to list on the people who viewed this also viewed section of the sales page. Final one, magazine advertising. Now there are some great deals to be had with magazine advertising. Always negotiate and do not pay the rate card. Now this would mean you choosing magazines which are based around your book's subject matter. Now what I did was I went into W.H. Smith's, because I've got a book, How to Write a Book, and I decided to go in there, see if they were any writing magazines, and I contacted them and said, how much is it going to cost me to get an advert? So I decided to promote my book publishing courses in this magazine. So this is Writing Magazine. I got a full page advert for £250, but they started off quoting me at £1,395. Let's say you want to promote your book in a magazine. You don't have to pay £250. You probably don't have to pay £200. You need to do the sums and work out how many you're going to sell to break even. And for example, for this I have to sell 3 places to make a profit, which I can do easily from that. So magazine advertising, be prepared to walk away for a couple of weeks and see if they come back to you. I'm talking about the people who are selling advertising space. They might start out and say this is how much it's going to cost for an advert, but don't say yes straight away. Okay, wait. Ask for evidence of readership figures or website stats. Let's say a magazine you've identified or a newspaper that you want to get in to promote your book or products related to it. They say to you that we get 10,000 weekly readers. Well, say to them, can you provide me some proof? Can I see some readership figures or website statistics? You will get a better rate closer to the deadline for print, but may not get the best space. Okay, so you might want to leave it, find out when their deadline date is, and then wait to get closer, because you can usually get some really good deals then. Always opt for a right hand side page advert where possible. So in a magazine, I always say I want to advertise on the right hand side. If you can't do that, then I'm not going to pay anywhere near what you're asking me to, because the right hand side page is what people read more, believe it or not, than the left hand side page of a magazine or a newspaper. But try small adverts, because they are cheaper and they can be just as effective. Always add a website address or a telephone number within the advert, and always have a call to action. So that was 20 different ways to double your book sales in 10 days. I'm sure you'll agree that there's loads for you to be getting on with there. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, you can get access to 32 hours worth of book writing and publishing training videos at my website, bookpublishingacademy.co.uk. If you'd like to come and spend a whole day with me, okay, then why not attend a one-day book writing and publishing training course? If you've already got a book out there and you want to promote it more, this course is perfect for you. If you're still thinking of writing your first book, again, this course is perfect for you. Come along to bookpublishingcourses.com. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. I've certainly enjoyed teaching you. Don't forget, for those people who've got 30-day support, if you need help with anything, drop me a line and I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much for watching.